First step in our prep is to change the oil, so the first step of that is to jack up your car. Then you drain the oil. Then open the oil fill cap to have it flow faster. If you have two, even better. Then put a new washer on the drain plug. Put the drain plug back in once all the oil is drained, and while you're under the car you might as well take the filter out now and change that as well. Then fill it back up with the amount of oil your car needs. I like to use AMSOIL. Then check all the fluid levels. I checked the oil that I just changed, made sure that was all good. The power steering level, which I ended up adding a little bit to, and the coolant level, which was fine. So now that all the fluids are changed and checked, I'm going to show you guys this little kit that I bring with me. It's, I don't know if you can read that, but it says racing tub. And we organize our tubs a little bit here, so I'll show you everything that I bring with. Obviously we got zip ties, we got jumper cable just in case, cheap tow rope, some duct tape. I actually have a spare taillight bulb, 4 quarts of oil just because that's all I have left. If I go through more than 4 quarts of oil, something terrible has happened, and yeah, I mean 4 quarts won't save it anyways at that point. What do we got? Power steering fluid with some stop leak in it, just in case. Whole gallon of some 50/50 antifreeze. So yeah, if we lose some, I can just dump some of that in instead of trying to use concentrate and water. Radiator stop leak. Engine oil stop leak. What is this one? Hydraulic oil booster stop leak. And transmission stop leak. Just basically all the stop leaks, they're not opened, thankfully, because I've never had to use them, but it's just there in case something breaks and we are 300 miles away from home, that I can hopefully fix it well enough that I can just get home. Also, to add to the tub, I threw in the impact sockets, the actual impact itself, and a mallet, just in case. Then obviously, being far from home, you should bring with at least a little toolbox. I just throw everything, a lot of stuff from my big toolbox over there into this one. So up top I just have like the code reader, some gloves, screwdrivers, brush, pliers, some basic stuff, and then annoyingly my breaker bar barely fits in there, but breaker bar, small socket set, on the other side, a bunch of sockets and wrenches, or ratchets. I actually just realized I didn't throw any wrenches in here, so I'll have to do that. Hex, or not hex, Torx bits, and there's a pry bar in there and a pipe. Before I forget, I guess I'll grab a bunch of these, at least my ratchet wrenches, and throw them in. If you don't have one of these sweet little organizers for your toolbox, I suggest you get one, because it makes life so much easier. Okay, so the trunk's loaded up. For something long distance like this, I throw in the actual full-size jack, just because you never know what could happen. And after blowing an engine last year, I threw 2 camping chairs in there just in case we have to sit around. Now you'll notice I left this space open. That's because probably our luggage will go in there because you start in one state and end in another. So we would obviously need a change of clothes, and it has a formal dining end, so we need to actually pack some nice clothes too. I forgot to mention one thing about this for the rally is it's quite long, so you should bring like a cooler or something with a little bit of snacks and water and stuff like that. What made me just realize that is I have this giant water bottle that I have to bring in that I used at the gym, but like this will last hopefully the whole rally, but you want obviously something to drink while you're on it because you're not stopping much. In addition to checking your fluids and changing any that are necessary, make sure to check your tire pressure and fill up as any air that's needed. Okay, so that's basically it. You check the fluids, you make sure you have all the equipment you need, you check the tires and air them up if needed. Might give it a wash before we go, but we have a 2-hour drive just to get to the starting point, so I might not wash it just because it's going to get filthy anyways. We'll see. It depends on how I feel today or tomorrow, basically. Some other things that you might want to include if you do something like this is extra gas. I'm going to actually bring some, I forgot to mention that. You can also bring with cameras, GoPros, you know, whatever to try to capture the experience because it is a fun experience, and I think it's a good idea to try to look back on it and just recapture, you know, the fun times you had. Yeah, that's about it. Use a good GPS or bring maps with, and yeah, now you have the peace of mind knowing you're fully prepped and can go out and have a fun time. And if something bad does happen, you're fine to fix it and just keep trucking on or deal with whatever problem you have.